Well, hi, Impact family. It's Pastor Bill with a weekly update. And I've been doing some thinking that I thought I would share with you. First off, I know that we have been called to go and make disciples. Jesus made that very clear. But Jesus also made some other things clear, that sometimes life wouldn't go the direction that we would want it to. And if it didn't, we shouldn't be surprised. We should know that his presence is still there, but we shouldn't be surprised. And I thought, and that really fits this season well as we acknowledge the losses of this season. And honestly, I guess the end of what once was. I don't like those kinds of endings. Some endings are fine, not this one. We know in our minds, because we're thinking people, that the version of Impact that we knew and loved in 2019, as early as, and the early part of 2020, it's just not available anymore. There's no way to go back and regain that. But at the same time, man, it takes our hearts time to process what our minds already know. I believe, just in so many different conversations with so many different people, that all of you who are listening to this are probably not in the same place in the process. We move through those times of grief and frustration and questioning, and sometimes even despair at our own pace, if you will, and kind of in our own way of managing all of that. That's just a part of being people, and it's part of being people who care in particular. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's appropriate to honor our mutual past. I got to thinking just in the past few weeks about the many times we have seen God show up in a service or in a life group or in a home church, do amazing things. We have been literally wrecked in his presence as we've been in a time of worship, or he would just show up in a way that could only be described as supernatural. Some of you listening and people that you know and care about have come to faith. Lives have been changed. We've watched marriages be helped and healed. I appreciate every last one of those things. I know you do too. Those things also are helpful because they remind me of God's faithfulness. The same God that's been working all of that time, and certainly before, is still at work. He isn't done with his church, not that I can tell anyway. He isn't done with Impact. He isn't done with us. And so at the same time, we say, or we see an end to some things, we also see new beginnings. As we grieve losses, we also look forward to new opportunities. June 6th at 10 a.m., I'm going to give a message like I normally would on a Sunday morning. We'll take a small break, and then we're going to move into a town hall meeting, and we're going to talk about the opportunities that we believe God is showing us. I'm inviting you to come. I'm inviting you to be a part of that time. And if you have particular questions, I'm asking you if you wouldn't mind sending those to us at admin@impactkc.com, admin@impactkc.com. Guys, I'm going to talk to you about some other things this next week. I love you. I'm praying for you. And as you process, I'm just asking God's peace to be upon you. Bye now.